no, trust me, it's not the worst because like there's a one YouTube video. I don't know if it's still up, but it was basically someone at a panel at like Invader Con or whatever, where some girl asked Jonan like, "Hey, Jonan, what if someone were to like hold you down and tie you to a bed and other stuff?"
Whoa, holy
And like,
shit.
oh, and that girl was
Oh yeah,
taken
that
out
was
by
me.
security.
I did that.
No, that was probably Emily. The
Hmm.
important thing is I didn't fuck up as bad as other people, so that's all right.
Yeah, that's the important
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
thing.
that's all right.
You're
You
Yeah.
know,
To be honest,
then,
you're legit very embarrassing. And
yeah,
every moment I spend associating with you, the more I disassociate from my own body.
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
Next
that's
year I'll be sure to paint myself green and uh, act as Emily would. Just be like, oh my gosh, you're Jonan Vasquez, the greatest goth in the fucking world. Holy shit.
Don't you
maybe
look more
what'll
like
happen.
Stephanie?
Oh,
Maybe
oh,
what'll happen is someone will cosplay as Emily and Stephanie and beat you to the punch. Like do it before you can do
shit.
it.
Oh my
I
god, if
honest,
someone else has the same
why?
plan.
I honestly have had enough, and this podcast hasn't even gone on for half an hour.
Yeah, it's a quality podcast. It's the Emoji Movie Special Podcast. Who saw the Emoji Movie?
I did, and it's all thanks
I
to my
did.
friend Spo, who's sitting right next to me as we record.
Yeah.
I think Spo owes you like because you told me, is it okay if I reveal this on the
Go
podcast,
ahead, be my guest.
that you had to see Emoji Movie because you took him to Ghost in the Shell, which is not a fair trade. I think you get to pick the movie next time.
Oh yeah,
Is what
okay,
I'm saying.
okay. Here's the fucking argument that Spo's giving out right here. Okay, so he said, "All right, I'll go see Ghost in the Shell with you, but you have to either see Monster Trucks or Emoji Movie." I didn't want to see Monster Trucks, so I said, "Fine, I'll see the Emoji Movie because it."
Oh, bad trade, bad trade.
Oh.
Should have done Monster Trucks.
Oh,
Monster
shut
Trucks
the
has
fuck
creep.
up! Shut up! That's like saying, "Oh, how do you want to die? Do you want to get your limbs chopped off and then like have lemon juice poured into the open wounds, or would you rather be disemboweled?" There's no winning. There's absolutely no winning. It's both equally as terrible.
Yeah, everything sucks. So
Yeah, no,
Nolan,
but the
how'd you like the Emoji Movie?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. It's not like apocalyptically bad like all the reviewers are saying and being sensationalist, but it is honestly, as a person who adores animation, it's honestly one of the most soul crushing experiences I've ever had.
I
yeah,
mean,
it's really
okay.
bad.
I mean, goddamn! Like, I went on a Saturday afternoon, and like the theater was pretty filled up, like about 70% filled with families and stuff. And like, there was like, I kid you not, about six laughs in the movie. Like, it wasn't like a group laugh from the entire theater. It was like interspersed, like two or three people laughed in this moment, and two and three people laughed here. It was just like fucking dead.
I mean, there was nobody left in the theater I went to, but there was no one there. It was like five people. Actually, people laughed during the Gendy short, the Hotel Transylvania short, which was
Oh yeah.
actually I kind of like that puppy. That
Yeah,
was
there was
that
a
was
short.
That
Yeah,
was
there was
cute.
a short before the film, but with a short of Hotel Transylvania where Dracula from Hotel Transylvania gets a puppy, and it's called Puppy, and Mavis is
yeah
there, and she's hot.
yeah. It was. I mean,
Yeah,
I think that was better than the Emoji Movie.
Well, I mean, and
yeah.
also Gendy knows how to animate, and
Yeah,
the short was like really really good, like animation wise. It was
Mhm.
very kinetic, had a lot of
Yeah,
yeah.
like posing
I think the
cinematography.
flow of the animation worked probably better than either of the previous Hotel Transylvania movies. Like they were perfecting it even since the second one, which was like what almost 2 years ago now. And I
hmm
guess they're doing a third one, which every time they're like, he won't do another one. And he's like, I need a job, guys. And I'll be like, all right.
yeah,
Do
yeah.
Semantic Titan. Do it. Do it.
You know, what's the deal with like people keep saying Popeye was canceled, so they made Emoji Movie, but I
That's not
thought
true.
Popeye was canceled. Yeah, Popeye was canceled way before there was an Emoji Movie.
Popeye
Like,
was canceled because Amy Pascal won't leave a project alone.
well, no,
Mm-mm.
Amy. Here's the thing: is like I know after the Sony hack, everyone was like, Amy Pascal is a great studio head, and Sony's a great studio. Fuck that. because before that hack happened, they released The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So anyone who's like Sony was a great studio, Sony did this. Sony was the worst studio of any movie studio. And suddenly like when they got hacked, they were like, "Oh no, they weren't that bad. They were pretty good." And it's like it's bullshit. They're still a bad. I mean, they made the Emoji Movie and they budgeted it away so it will make money. It cost about 50 million. So and
Yeah.
it made like what uh
5.
25. Dunkirk beat it thankfully for number. It's not number 1, but it still was number 2.
which is
And
inexcusable.
We're
yeah,
number 2. We're
but it's
number
Shut
2.
up.
it's gonna make money. Oh, so there's a theory I read online about that Patrick Stewart's poop character actually gave birth to the baby poop in the bathroom because they're like, well, what do the poops poop or exert?
Oh my God.
So is the baby poop the dad's poop?
I honestly,
Oh my
I can't
God.
Or what is
fucking believe
gender
we're talking
with
about.
poop?
Okay, no, okay, everybody shut up for a second. I want everybody to just think about this conversation we're having. Have you ever, in your life, ever thought you would talk about Patrick Stewart voicing poop, giving birth to poop? This is what the Emoji Movie has done. This is the type of conversations the Emoji Movie has given us.
I like to note that I have yet to participate in this conversation because I refuse.
Good.
You're a
Get
better
outta here.
person.
Go.
No, the
Hey.
Patrick Stewart poop thing, they shouldn't have told everyone that in advance. That was a huge, because that is like their only stunt casting thing that people always mention, and they should have just waited. And then if I had seen the movie and been like, "Wait, is that poop Patrick Stewart?"
Who
That would have
would've
been a
known?
surprise. But I knew about it like what, a year ago or something. Like we've known about it for a while. This is stupid. Like they should have waited.
How
But
much
it's
is he in the movie? Like,
not.
But he's
not
like a
for-
little gag character who shows up every so often.
It's
okay,
stunt.
I assumed it was the one. I assumed it was that one bathroom scene.
It's-
Yeah, that and a few others.
It's pretty much that joke over and over again, where they'll make poop
So-
jokes.
Yeah, but let me explain this stupid ass plot. Basically, it's one of those stories where it's like, hey, the it's his first day on the job and he's clumsy and he breaks a bunch of stuff and he's rejected by society and he has to find his purpose and somehow, I forget why, but he has to fix himself by going to Dropbox, like the app Dropbox.
Yeah,
I don't know, and the hand emoji tags along and they have this hacker girl emoji and together they go on this adventure, but there's a lot wrong here. Like, first off, uh, okay, so the space between all the apps in your phone, like the little borders between the apps, just
Yeah.
the empty space. Those are basically hallways in this movie, and they could just walk through them. There's nothing there. There's no people walking around there, but that's how they walk to these other apps, which inside the apps, there's a whole nother world in there. And they say like, hey, we gotta go into Just Dance and cut into this one and take a shortcut into this one when they could easily just walk around all these apps and go directly to Dropbox.
That's not even the. That's not even the. Like most. That's just one of the many problems with this fucking story.
Yes.
So, the problem the main emoji Gene has is that he's special. He can do every emoji he wants.
He's
basically
the
is
avatar.
He's basically an emoji Mary Sue. That's what he is. And-
No, he's the avatar. That's what he is.
And instead of realizing, hey, we could use this. This has potential to be a good thing, because everybody is so short-sighted in this world that an emoji that can do every emoji would be very useful, but no, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It takes them a whole movie to learn a lesson. And that's also just one of the many other fucking things wrong with this. So this movie also encourages piracy.
Yeah.
This movie legit encourages piracy. There is
it does.
there's a jailbroken app, and they use it as a plot point to further the story, and it's a useful thing. Also,
Yeah, and also, I mean, crap. I forgot what I was going to say. Go on, Nolan.
okay, and another problem is, so the whole I guess I don't know. I guess smoking gun would be the appropriate term. I'm not entirely sure, but essentially, what gets the story going is the Gene, the Mary Sue emoji, makes a face that the kid didn't want to send to his crush, and so this makes the kid think, oh, my phone is broken. I'm gonna go take it to the phone store.
Why didn't he? One of the biggest problems with this movie is why didn't he turn his phone off and on again?
Yeah.
Like why didn't he do that? Like I don't understand why that never happened. Like, and then it could have been a funny gag. Like he's like, oh, I'll just turn it off, and they all like freeze and have to be refreshed, and they can talk about how they feel better that they restarted it or something. You know?
Yeah.
It could have been, but it still happened. You know, it could have been a quick sight gag.
This kid has too much effort put into this stuff. Like, if there's a single problem on your phone, you're not gonna instantly go to the freaking Apple store.
I mean,
or the Genius Bar.
Well, do kids care that much about? Well, also it's a Sony phone. It's not an iPhone because it's a Sony movie. But do kids are they texting their crush? Are they like, I need to have the best emoji?
No, but that's also another thing that really pisses me off about this movie.
Kids have sex when they're 15.
Next topic. Hey,
no,
I'm not saying. Okay.
Maybe if Jim let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, so essentially the whole crux of this is the teenager, he just doesn't know how to express himself, and the stupid thing is, if they were like, oh, they're pen pals, or oh, she lives in another country or a state or something, you know. That makes sense. Then it's kind of a better excuse to be like, hey, I want to figure out how to, properly emote myself. It'd still be dumb, but it would at least be, tolerable. But here, she's in the same class as him. She sees him everywhere she goes. There's no excuse for her to fucking be like...
Yes, I mean, like, they fucking, like, okay, this is like a weird reality where apparently you can just have your phone out in the middle of a high school during class. Like, no, the teachers don't seem to care, and, like, you're right, Nolan. It would have worked a lot better if it was, like, about a long-distance relationship, but no, it was just some chick who was literally 5 feet away from him, and he could just talk to them.
He could just talk to her. It just baffles me that no, and also this is where it's like at its peak worst, is where he's in the phone store about to reset his phone, which, by the way, if I may go off on another tangent super quick, you can factory reset your phone without having to go to the phone store. I would I had to do it. So you literally have this deadline, like this timer set on this world for no reason. You could just...
Also, this is a Sony store, like a Sony phone. Is there like a Sony phone store that acts like a Genius Bar, like the Mac thingies, you know? Is that a thing?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I'm confused by the term Genius Bar.
Oh, it's the thing. It's the hipster thing. You won't get it, but essentially, you go to the Mac store, and then there at the back there's the Genius Bar where they say, "Hey, fix my laptop or iPad or whatever."
Geek Squad?
No, that's Best Buy. Geek Squad's Best Buy.
Oh.
Yeah, but like apparently, I don't know why did this kid just... I don't know. This kid just got fed up with his phone where he said, like, delete everything, fuck everything, everything's terrible, and it's just like, hey, just chill out, kid. What's their problem? I don't know.
He's a kid.
He could just factory reset his phone if he really wanted to.
I mean, at least back up your stuff.
Questions from the person who hasn't seen the movie. So are all the phones connected?
No,
they don't go to anyone else's phone. It's just on his. Although that would have been, since they're already sort of ripping off Inside Out, why didn't they do a scene like that? Like each of the emojis they don't even do that in it. The emojis don't even represent this kid, because they are sort of trying to do Inside Out, but like way worse.
They're mass produced. They're all the same.
No, I know they're mass produced, but that would have at least give it something interesting. Like you end up imprinting yourself on your phone or something. Anyway, I'm trying to fix the emoji movie. I don't know what is wrong with me. But...
So, like, I mean, if the hero's journey is about Gene learning to be okay with himself and having multiple emotions, does that mean like every phone has a Gene? And then like,
you're exactly right. It raises too many fucking questions.
Yeah.
No, I think Gene is like Neo. And when Gene escapes, he will bring upon the revolution of emojis to take over us all. I think that was what they were saying.
I'd watch
know
an emoji movie if it became a fucking Matrix parody.
I know you're listening. I'm gonna show these people something you've never seen. A new emoji. An emoji with a bunch of different expressions.
Will the
Animated
sequel be
emojis
called-
would be amazing.
It should be called Emoji Reloaded.
Wake up! Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Emoji bullet time.
Directed by the Wachowskis.
Although I do like that Stephen Wright was the dad emoji. I thought that was really cool. That's the only part I liked.
I mean,
Also,
is there any? There's one thing I did like is the villain was the smiley emoji, like how she was perky, but she was basically Barbie from Toy Story 2, where she was just like has to be too happy. I liked her at least.
She's just
she's
just an archetype. There's nothing. Yeah. There's no creative archetype whatsoever in this movie. Every single thing in this movie is recycled from something else. There's not like an original idea or like concept or amalgamation of concepts. It's all just.
No.
It's the Book of Adam of movies.
Yes. I mean, it's mainly
also, fuck Adam
just
Ellis. I hate him.
A lot of advertising because it's like Twitter. Crackle's in there. Facebook. Dropbox.
Every world they go to, every single world is an app. It's an app that exists.
Yeah.
But Dance Revolution isn't a video game; it's an app now.
No, Just Dance.
Just Dance.
Is that an app?
Yeah, it is now.
Just
so
Dance
like
app.
The Emoji Movie. I know it's unrelated to. Okay. There's a couple of things you guys were talking about. We kind of jumped topics, but I wanted to talk about. Sony at a moment, there was a moment in time where I thought Sony was like the animation studio because like they were doing Hotel Transylvania. They had done, I think they did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So like out of all the animation studios compared to like say Pixar or DreamWorks, they were actually making animation that's actually exciting and fun to watch versus like trying to look like semi-realistic but with stylizations.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, they actually had fun, fluid animation. So I was like, this is the studio. And then they canceled Popeye, and it got less interesting.
Yeah.
But unrelated to the Emoji Movie, but kind of similar plot lines is, like, I'm really worried about Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Yeah.
Because they're doing we're going to the internet. And it sounds like it could fall into all the traps that we're talking about here. Where it's just nothing but product placement. And, I mean, it's kind of genius on Disney's side where it's like, okay, we can either pay people to use their characters like, video games, or we can get endorsement deals by getting, businesses and brands to let us put their stuff in our movie.
I actually kind of wonder if that's how Emoji Movie's budget was so low. Because they got Twitter and Facebook and Dropbox to like pay $1 million to be in the Emoji Movie. And you have enough or Candy Crush, and you have enough companies in there that you could have like made a pretty big dent in your budget before getting released. I don't know. I have no like
possibly, but
I don't know how much. They might have just said, "Could we please just use your thing?" But it's still like free advertising,
They were too busy asking if they could, not if they should.
Well, that.
I love the way you delivered that.
I mean, like, my favorite scene in the Emoji Movie. Well, it's a long stretch of scenes, but essentially, the jailbait emoji, the blue-haired girl.
Jailbait.
Well, I think
jailbreak.
I thought she was called Wild Style.
Yeah.
Jam.
My favorite emoji characters: Jailbreak, Wild Style, Frozen Yogurt.
Okay, but essentially, so jailbait emoji, like they're dancing, and then someone knocks off a jailbreak emoji's hat, and it's revealed she's a princess.
Whoa,
and when
spoilers!
when I saw that, I was like, okay, like there was no real shock to it. I mean, like maybe if early on in the film they said something like there's been a princess missing or something, like in the news or something, but no,
they said how she got out. And out of Dropbox, and how supposedly Jailbreak was a different person than the princess, and that Jailbreak helped the princess escape into Dropbox. But it turns out that see, that's the other thing is like they don't get into how it's like.
I don't remember this at all.
I mean, it's just like, hey, she's a princess. Okay, I mean it plays on later, but like there's no build up to it. Like probably would have worked better if it was like a in the beginning they mentioned like a princess was missing. By the way, you guys know what the fucking princess emoji? Like you think that thing would like rule over a kingdom or something?
Yeah.
No. Why is she a fucking princess? She's just a princess emoji, but she
Yeah,
has no power.
that's a plot thread that goes nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's only really there just to say, like, hey, the first set of emojis were either princesses or brides, but I want it to be different, you know?
This is
They
a
want to
very
have
progressive feminist movie.
Well,
Shut
they
it
didn't
down.
Well-
really think about why they used their plot structure. They just picked it and kept going towards it without thinking about how that had any relationship to the characters. So it's like the reverse of Pixar. Pixar will go over a plot and over it and make sure, certain characters work within it. And this one, it looked like they're like, I mean, that's what we should do, so fuck it. And they just like kind of wrote it in a weekend.
I don't know what she's complaining about. Princess Bride was a great movie.
Kevin,
But I mean, it was basically just like, hey, here's a bunch of ideas, and let's not flesh them out at all. But throughout this film, like, it's a running gag where the character's saying, "So, if you're a princess, can you like whistle and summon birds?" And she repeatedly says, "No, that's just a stereotype. Shut up."
That was not a funny joke. Like this is like we are post Shrek. We don't need these kind of dumb princess jokes no more. Like
Yeah,
it's not working.
right.
and then
And
they
that-
did
I
the
mean-
princess joke.
I was gonna say it's like the last like 5 Disney princesses have been like
Disney.
Sorry, I've been drinking.
No,
Uh-oh.
that just sounded funny. They're like, this is my friend Disney. So,
yeah, but all the
okay.
Disney princesses,
Okay.
they're all badass, like take care of themselves types.
Yeah.
That stereotype doesn't exist anymore. I mean, like it might be like an older thing, but at this point, it's now an exception to the rule than the standard.
Yeah.
And they in each of those movies they have to comment on it too. Like in Moana and Frozen and Tangle. Like I would honestly like to see a princess thing without them saying how like I'm a princess, but I'm like just do it. Like I don't need to hear that shit anymore. It's like
Yeah, after Shrek, like Disney became ashamed of fairy tales and 2D animation.
like that was kind of when I first saw Tangled, it just to me feels like very much like, well, we want to do this, but Shrek happened, so we have to do it this way, and it is very winking that whole movie. I mean, it bugged me more in Tangled than in Frozen or Moana, because I think in the intro he says something like and a princess, and he says something like, and I'm like, what if I'm a 5-year-old? Then I don't like fucking what? Like.
So, my favorite thing about Tangled is that at the school that no, it was a surrounding school, but I went to a lecture by one of the story editors for Tangled, and they were talking about how the story wasn't working for so long until they added Pascal into the story, and like he's apparently a really late addition, because like up until like for 2 years the story was Rapunzel basically was like drawing faces on inanimate objects so she had someone to talk to.
Ooh,
And
that's
so, like,
sadder.
Right. Yeah. Like the more you described it, it just sounded like she was fucking nuts. But so they added Pascal so that she would have a buddy to bounce off stuff, so she wouldn't be like deranged.
Oh my god, I want that version.
Yeah, that sounds funny.
Wasn't that is like the most expensive Disney movie because it was in development for so long? It costed like $270 million or something.
It's like 3 movies worth of production. Yeah.
Yeah, like they had a
Damn.
lot of problems with that one, and it was like because when I heard the final budget, I was like, "Holy shit!" Because didn't they? I think Lasseter even said, "I think this is the last princess movie," because they're all kind of just like pissed off and sick of it by the
Fuck
end. or
this
something.
shit.
But then they were like, well, I mean, it made a lot of money, so who cares? We'll do it.
Yeah. It
Well,
was like they
like-
just needed a break.
Yeah.
Tangled did well, but like I don't think it made back its money, or not. Like it's one of those things where like it had so much development hell that it was never going to be like a success financially.
Yeah,
We
but
could just only like lessen the blow. But
I mean, it might not work out just because Disney movies make so much in like, merchandise and theme parks, and there was still DVD sales then,
Mhm.
and
but
like,
also
I'm sure it probably worked out. I don't know.
it just released a TV series.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it brought back the brand because before that, like, Princess and the Frog did not really do well, and Tangled at
Nope.
least Tangled at least was like looked successful, you know.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
mean, just because it cost too much, that it wasn't.
It's
Yeah.
a shame that theater goers are racist.
Well, I
Yeah.
think that was probably a little bit of
Jim,
it.
Jim,
It
nobody
was
wants a
Avatar.
black Disney princess. Stop trying to justify this racism.
No, I'm not saying I agree that they did that. I think they should. What didn't it come out right around the time of Avatar? Like they
Yep.
should. It came out right before, and they should have like either put it out a lot earlier or later. It was just like too much of that 3D stuff, and that's all. Like literally, even like, have you watched that Clash of the Titans movie? That thing made money because of 3D. It was people were
Oh
going
my god,
crazy.
I saw that shit midnight release.
It got a
What?
sequel.
What you saw it like just because you were bored at midnight, or
Oh
the
no,
showing it?
well, I don't know, cause like, okay,
I just want
well,
to clarify this. Sorry.
I tagged along with my cousin because we were like, hey, let's go see the midnight premiere of this with her friends and stuff, and it's like, ooh, it's in 3D because like Avatar came out, and like, ooh, this is also in 3D. This gotta be good, and that was fucking boring. Like it was one of those movies where like they put post 3D because Avatar
Yeah.
was successful, so they added 3D on like, and they delayed the movie for a week, and it looked like fucking shit.
Yep.
Like everybody looked like cardboard cutouts in front of more cardboard.
Those
The 3D did not work.
those conversion can work if you give it a lot of time,
Yeah.
but like they did not give it any like the second or the last Harry Potter, whatever part two, Deathly Hollows part two, they like literally held it for a year or however long and just kept working on the 3D. And the 3D was awesome in that one, but they cut the 3D out of the first one, and wouldn't release the 3D version in theaters. I think you can only get it on a 3D Blu-ray or something.
But didn't they
It,
like just announce that 3D is being taken out of theaters?
well, just for IMAX because IMAX looked at their how much money they made over the summer, and Dunkirk, which wasn't in 3D, is doing like insane amounts of money in IMAX, and they're saying like audiences prefer uh, movies in 2D than 3D, and I think that's also because this summer's been a little different than usual because you have some movies that are like the Transformers bombed, Pirates of the Caribbean didn't do well, things like that, and then you have things like Wonder Woman, and most of the people who are seeing that are not as interested in the 3D. So 3D
No.
hasn't been successful this summer movie season. This summer movie season's been a little like some of the stuff I expected to do as well, but
Jim,
I mean, why Transformers bombed at this point? Like why number 5 the audiences were like now we've had enough is bizarre to me, but whatever, you know.
so
Like
wait,
now they're like now we draw the line after 4 terrible movies. 5.
Well, the issue is now they're adding fantastical time traveling history stuff with like Merlin or whatever. I didn't see
Oh
it,
yeah,
but
like I haven't seen it, but the Transformers like were around this whole time and like helped start the Underground Railroad or something. Like that's what I heard.
Oh.
But then they always come to this thing where like the Minions movie where they're like saying how the Minions have always been around, and conveniently all these fictional characters when World War II happens they're like, whoa, I'm not touching that shit.
Yeah.
we could have had
we
we
were
could have had an
we were out of
Illumination
town.
designed
I don't.
Hitler. I'm so
I-
mad we weren't given that.
Oh, the Minions helping. Yeah, they're like the Minions were in a cave, and they just didn't know about it. Sure, they deny the Holocaust, but they weren't a part of it. You know,
Oh, yeah.
like Despicable
So-
Me still did really well. It made like 230 just in America.
Damn.
So.
But
Minions
go-
will never.
Going back to the Emoji Movie and princesses, so yeah, they have that running joke about how how like I'm a princess, I don't whistle and summon birds like other princesses or something. That's just a stereotype. And the very end of the movie is saved by by that princess
By
whistling and
her embracing her stereotype.
embracing her stereotype. I guess she doesn't whistle, she tweets, and the Twitter logo
Oh
comes
yeah.
out of fucking nowhere to save her and take her away. Really? We're not joking. The fucking Twitter logo,
Yeah.
the Twitter logo saves the day.
Oh,
I mean,
that
you
happened.
could be and not because it all sounds ridiculous.
But
I-
the Twitter
the fact
logo was in Dropbox. The Twitter logo wasn't.
Oh,
Twitter's its own
that's
app.
another stupid thing. So, the Dropbox gets a very subtle advertising boost from this movie. Where okay, so throughout the movie, the smiley emoji is like, we gotta fucking kill this motherfucker who is fucking everything up for us. And so they send out these bots, which are supposed to which like delete viruses or whatever, and they're getting chased by a really big one. Oh yeah, sorry, I keep going off tangents, but this movie just has so much fucking wrong with it. So the parents of the Gene, the Met emoji, who can do every emoji, they're like going around looking for him, and every time they're going out looking for him, you think something's going to happen with it, but there's absolutely nothing that happens with them.
No.
All that's revealed is that the dad has the same thing as the son, and that's why the son is like that. But the smiley emoji gets this really big virus hunter bot, and she says, "Okay, Gene, we're gonna bring you in. You better come back here, or we'll make you." And it's just like, you could have just had her capture the parents, you know?
Yeah.
Like that, then the parents wouldn't have felt completely fucking irrelevant.
Pretty much.
Because,
yeah.
because Gene didn't even really need to have his dad give him that. It could have just been Gene's thing, but no. You have to tie everything together in the emoji universe.
That plot didn't work at all. I mean, I like the two I like they got Jennifer Coolidge and Stephen Wright, but it was like
yeah, that sounded like Jennifer Coolidge.
I mean, the funny thing about that is like they so stuck within the meh bit, they would refuse to break out to emote to anything, which is more just amazing that they were like, we're so committed to this. We don't give a shit. This movie sucks, but we're committed to being meh for the whole movie. I respect that. that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was good.
Oh.
I just respect it.
Oh, of course
that they were able to do it. Like they didn't fall under the thing like, now I'll emote and we're not meh. Like if Stephen Wright by the way, just everyone knows who Stephen Wright is, right? Is that No. Oh, so he was a comedian, and his whole thing was kind of doing this meh voice. And he's the DJ in Reservoir Dogs. I think that's how most people know him now. But he was a comedian, and he kind of did all these things like unsurprised meh voice. So it was like, if you knew who Stephen Wright was, it was like actually really funny that they got. He's like the only person you could ever get to be meh.
So what you're saying is the only funny joke in this movie is one you'd have to understand the actor's career in order to get.
Oh, yeah, well, hey, the Patrick Stewart thing's the same way, you know?
No, it's Patrick Stewart's.
I'm not saying that's funny. I'm just saying that's the point of that joke, is you got Patrick Stewart to play shit, you know? That's the joke, right?
It's only because Patrick Stewart is like an English guy and he's Captain Picard. There's no other reason for him to be the poop emoji, other than he's fancy and British.
He's like a famous Shakespearean actor. Like him and Ian McKellen are like number 1 and 2 best Shakespearean actors in the world. That's why it was like a big crazy thing that they're like, yeah, we'll do X-Men and do scenes together and stuff, like. Because they were like,
basically the conceit of it is that he's just voicing a terrible animated character. That's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, you can really blame Seth MacFarlane for him doing this. So,
but
yeah.
I forgot to mention with the Dropbox bit, she says when they get into the Dropbox app, which is to get to the cloud, which is where they go to reprogram everything, even though that's not what the cloud fucking does. They the bot can't get in there, and she says, "Oh, don't worry, he can't get in here because this app is very secure." And she might as well have just fucking winked to the camera and just been like, just held up the Dropbox logo if she really just wanted to commit. But
So are all the other apps insecure? Like you can't, like Just Dance, will that give you a virus or something?
Well,
what's the
they're
deal?
insecure. They're not quite comfortable with themselves just yet.
Izzy, please.
I'm sorry. I have nothing to contribute to this conversation. I saw Trolls.
What is this?
You showed
2016?
You showed me the webbing scene in Trolls, but it was the girl troll, so I didn't care.
I saw some rapping stuff, and I was like, oh, I thought of Nolan. And Nolan gives me like, thank you, my friend Izzy, for sharing me this thing. And I'm like, okay, you don't have to be sarcastic about it. And you're like, I wasn't.
Okay. I've been doing schoolwork like nonstop for the past week and a half. I've gotten like no sleep, and I haven't eaten anything up until like last Friday, and I just literally have just been fucking dying. So every time somebody talks to me, they're like, "Nolan, are you being sarcastic or are you being rude?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just dying." I
It was just
literally
the way
I
you
turned
phrased
guys.
it.
If I were to use an emoji, I would use the Met emoji. That's how
Why the
that's what I would be using right now.
This movie is like a dystopian future. Like, does no one talk to people in this future? Everyone just uses their phones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh
it
no,
was
it's
honestly
almost
a
like a
little
commentary
ridiculous.
of normal life.
Well, did you notice that none of the text bubbles had text? They're just dot dot dot.
Oh, I guess it was to make it more universal when they translate this.
Oh, okay. I did not think of that. That's smart. Okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
I
are you
thought
saying
that
that
was
the
like
Emoji Movie
there's
did
some.
something correct?
Uh,
More
I
like
think
lazy.
the only thing the Emoji Movie did correct is that Sony was like, do not have this cost more than 50 million because it can make money. If it was 100 million, this would be a disaster. But they were
I'm just
like,
gonna throw this out here.
What?
The Emoji Movie is pretty successful. I got the three of you out there.
Well,
Shut up!
No. I did not pay for my ticket, nor did my friend who took me. We paid.
They still
tickets to
got
see
money.
No, we paid to see Atomic Blonde,
yeah,
Yay.
and
did
then we
it.
snuck into the Emoji Movie. So we did not pay a cent to see this awful fucking movie. So
Mm.
fuck you, Sony. I don't care if you send a policeman to my house. You can eat my ass.
I actually saw it twice, but I theater hopped both those times.
Thank you, Spo. You did one thing correct. You did one thing
Oh.
correct out of your entire fucking life.
Hey, so one of my favorite parts in the movie is where everyone gets. Okay, so they go into the Just Dance app, and Gwen Stefani's there and telling everyone like, "Hey guys,
Oh, no,
dance!"
that's Christina Aguilera.
Shit. Oh
Yeah.
fuck, never mind.
Sorry.
Oh
It's
fuck.
amazing
Anyways,
how every world they go to is just an advertisement. At least Wreck-It
Yeah.
Ralph had original content and worlds. Here
For the
was
first
just-
one.
Huh?
For the first one, we don't know
Of
about the
course I'm
second one
talking
yet.
about the first one. We haven't seen the second one yet. But
I'm just saying the
second
second
one-
one looks like it's gonna go the route.
But yeah, before
Yeah.
I also wanted to finish the Dropbox bit, so I'll be really quick. Basically, they go into Dropbox in the cloud, and then the bot that couldn't get through just comes in and kidnaps the main character.
yeah, how?
Yeah, and it's never explained ever.
No, never.
So that it's
No.
just a
God.
big gaping plot hole.
But okay, so in the scene where they're dancing in that Just Dance thing, like all the floor disappears and they're just on a single tile. Well, each of the characters, the meh, the hand, and jailbait, they're all on their individual tiles floating and they can't move unless they dance. And like they're all dancing perfectly and they're moving forward except for jailbait. Like she's just stuck there and she's about to fall. And like
Wait,
The
hold
other
on. Her
guys-
name is Jailbreak, not
I-
Jailbait.
jailbreak. Okay, jailbreak.
I was just gonna let him have it. I thought that was just a recurring joke.
Yeah, I thought he
Jailbreak's
was
about to-
joking.
Jailbreak's about to fall,
Oh,
and like
sorry.
the guys who just floated forward on these tiles, they just come back and rescue her, just like pick her back up. It's like I thought they're separated. I thought they can't go back to her, and no, but they can. They can walk wherever they want and dance whenever, whatever. There's no point in the thing falling apart.
Pan, your
It
girlfriend
doesn't
is
make-
in the stream and she's judging you.
Yeah. One-eyed sheep is saying, "Jailbait, my guy." God damn it.
Okay.
No.
Also, another thing, the whole stakes in this movie are we gotta save the phone before it gets deleted or factory reset. Emojis are built in to the phone, so even if they were deleted, they would be right back. There are
Yeah.
there are no stakes in this movie. There are
What's the
absolutely
deal?
none.
I mean, will their memories go away? What's
They
going on?
don't specify, so we can probably insinuate that they don't.
I don't know. It's just like, oh, they die. Whatever. I guess.
Maybe new emojis come, but Neo clearly can't be deleted. So
Yeah. So there's. So
oh
yeah,
my
again,
god! And Jailbreak is Trinity. It's the fucking Matrix, you guys.
Oh my God! It's the Lego Movie again. Oh shit.
Everything is awesome. Shut up, Bruce. Everything
No,
is cool. Bruce.
I mean, if we knew what the Lego Movie would do, like it's like the Lego Movie's great, but all the movies it's spun off because of it, other than Lego Batman, is a little scary.
Oh no! Like everyone in the chat is like sending like police emojis to me. No. Go away.
You know what's
It was,
also really sad? This is probably one of the most prolific roles Anna Faris has gotten in a while, and she deserves better.
Yeah, what is
oh.
the deal with like why can't Anna Faris get a better role? Like
She's so good.
everyone respects
Mhm.
Anna Faris, but no one seems to be able to get her a better
Yeah.
role. Because I could barely tell it was her. I was like, it's some
She could
famous
she
actress,
pulled
but
off
I couldn't.
a good enough voice that I couldn't tell it was her for a little
Yeah, she
bit.
was smart. She was like, I don't want anyone to remember me for this shit. Like, I'm
Mhm.
not gonna be like T.J. Miller and jump. What did he do at Cannes? He like he like
He
sky.
parasailed into like a boat full of like dancing guys in emoji costumes, and you just had like muffled Pitbull music playing
I love
awkwardly.
that anytime there's a celebrity who has like all these strong opinions and talks a lot of shit, they're always in the worst possible movie that you not only don't take them seriously before, but then you see the movie and you're like, what is wrong with you? Like, because no one like, you don't hear like somebody like Paul Thomas Anderson doesn't like talk shit about, blockbuster filmmakers or something. It's always like Lindsay Lohan or TJ Miller when they're promoting like Herbie Fully Loaded and the Emoji Movie. They like talk shit about Hollywood. It's like very entertaining. I don't know why that is.
You see,
Mm-hmm.
I have progressed to the point where I can make terrible movies ironically. I'm such a big star, I'm doing it ironically.
Oh yeah, I've heard
Hopefully.
there was this whole thing on Twitter and stuff. People were posting the Jay Sherman rant from the critic, where he's like, "If the movie's not good, just don't go," because they're
Well,
afraid people are going to see Emoji ironically. And I was like, "Look, guys, there's not enough people seeing Emoji Movie ironically. There are actual people who want to see the Emoji Movie. It's for real." Like,
I
yeah.
can't believe we just spent an hour talking about the Emoji Movie.
It's great.
It's
So
it's worth talking about because there's just so much wrong with it.
I mean, it's like just a movie that had ideas for concepts and they didn't flesh them out, and it was just
no.
You
okay.
want to know
I mean,
you
it's
want
a cash grab.
You want to know the funniest part of this movie's development is that it's not even like they got the rights to use emojis, which, it's trite and stupid, but okay, I guess if you want to use emojis for like media shit, that would make sense. But no, emojis are free license, so anybody can use them or make them, so long as they're their own like designs or art. That's not a problem. The problem is they paid for a pitch. So they literally paid. So Sony got into a bidding war and won the money. I mean, won the pitch. So they basically paid for this story when anybody could have written a story like
Whoa.
this.
Oh, you're right. And this story is horrible. Like they paid millions of dollars for this story.
Yeah, not to use emojis exclusively for film or anything like that, which again is dumb, but would have been somewhat smart. No, they
Yeah,
paid
that's
just for this
something.
pitch. They paid just for this story, and
I just want to know when's Emoji Movie 2 coming out? Like, is that happening? And I feel like it won't actually go direct to DVD or streaming or however you do
We'll
that.
see.
it's gonna be in theaters. And
It'll-
it's gonna make me want to die. Honestly,
Oh.
No.
no, shut
It'll,
up.
it'll be
God.
Emoji Movie 2, and they'll get like somebody who's on Disney Channel now who'll want to be a serious actor or something.
Hey, okay, let's think about the positives. There's something positive to say about these movies. Like, it's colorful.
Okay,
You know
yeah,
what?
that's another thing. That's another thing I want to talk about. Okay, so the Emoji Movie, like, I feel so bad for all the animators at Sony because they're great animators. Like, all the faces of the emojis and how they move is cute. Like, they move very well, and their faces are adorable, but it's all in service to the worst designs I've ever seen in a major animated film, and I'm including Sausage Party. Like,
No.
everything in this movie is so uninspired and boring. Like, all the emojis just basically are emojis with standard animated kid feature faces with Adventure Time noodle arms and legs.
Yeah.
And the worlds are boring to look at because they're either just generic representations of the apps they are of, or whenever it's an original world, it's just sort of like a generic city or generic Matrix level or something. It's boring, and
Yeah.
all these animators who clearly have a lot of talent are wasting their fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like nobody cared when working on this movie, and it was just a big advertisement for all these apps.
I mean,
I-
that is true.
Who has Crackle?
Oh no, it's just Sony owns it.
Oh yeah, I mean, but really, who would use Crackle? Like, it's
What?
like the poor man. It's like the poor man's Netflix, you know? Just like
Yeah. Although
there's Netflix.
they have Spectacular Spider-Man, by the way, though.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whenever I see
Crackle has some good
Crackle,
stuff here and there.
Yeah.
whenever I see Crackle, I think Netflix and chill. How about Crackle and kill ourselves?
That's
See,
that's one of the only good things you've ever said, Pan. That was like that. Good job.
Crackle used to have comedians in cars getting coffee, but I think Hulu bought it off of them. So
Oh,
I don't even think they have that anymore. They just have Spectacular Spider-Man, and that's it.
oh,
I think at one point, Crackle had like a bunch of like really cool older shows and like Static Shock.
Yeah,
and
but
things like that.
they have ads though. They're free, but you got to watch ads.
yeah.
Well, I mean, if they're
Wow.
free and they have access to your entire library, I think ads are kind of fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but I'm just saying.
But still, it's Crackle, so who cares?
Oh yeah, they also had X-Men Evolution, I think, for a little bit.
Yeah, the Jackie Chan Adventures,
Oh.
basically the stuff that was on Kids WB.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff now is on like Netflix. I know Jackie Chan Adventures was or is, but regardless, there was a point in time where that's how I could watch it.
Yeah, but is that all for the Emoji Movie?
I think.
There- I kind of want to just do a prolonged Emoji Movie discussion, but there is a lot more we have to talk about, so I guess we'll just move on.
Oh, what else do you got to say?
I mean, again, there's just too much to talk about, so I'll just leave it be.
So you got nothing.
No, I do.
There's
It's
so
just
much
I just don't want the whole podcast. to be
Yeah,
about the
there's
fucking
so
emo-
much to talk about that I can't think of right now, but
Oh my
there's a
God.
lot.
I'm trying to be nice so Izzy can partake in the conversation. You fucking
Okay.
asshole.
It's fine. Nolan, do one
Okay.
more. Do one more important thing
Yeah,
that you
do it,
think
Nolan.
is really
Oh
worth
my fucking
discussing.
God. Okay,
Do it,
fine.
you little bitch.
Everybody is fucking pressuring me. Fucking fine. Okay. So, another thing I really fucking hated was that every single goddamn joke in this movie was just an emoji pun. It was either,
Yeah.
oh, the emoticons, oh, it's my, like, one of them gets knocked over, oh, my colon. Shut up.
I like that one
No,
though.
that one
yeah.
was stupid. I hated it. And, it's just this, none of the humor was clever in any sort of way. And I remember watching Brad Jones' Midnight Screenings review of it, and he one of the guys said one of the only funny things is that the poop emoji was that people who touched him would wipe off their hands, and I like paid attention. No, they fucking didn't. I think that only
No.
happened like once, but otherwise every poop emoji joke was just stupid and terrible, and I hated it.
Yeah, but hey, so before the Emoji Movie started, did you see the trailer for Sony Pictures' other animated film coming this Christmas called
Star.
The Star?
Star. Oh my god.
The story about not Jesus, the birth of Jesus, but about the camels that were around when Jesus was born. It's the real
camels of
movie.
The Three Kings, right?
It's the
Yes.
isn't this the sequel to Prince of Egypt?
Fuck you.
They did that. No, that's direct to DVD. Direct to VHS. The DreamWorks made one.
Wait, really?
Yeah. There's for real. Hold
There's
on.
no
I'll
way.
look it up.
No
No.
fucking way.
No, seriously. Hold on. Give me a minute. I got to do some googling.
Let me fucking look.
Hold on, kids. Dad's got to do some.
Joseph King of Dreams.
Yep, Joseph King of Dreams.
Wait, that's related to that? Shit.
Yep. Ben Affleck did a voice, as well as Jodie Benson, Mark Hamill. Who else was in here? No one else. But yeah, it's an adaptation of the story of Joseph from the Book of Genesis. And
So they
no,
did-
I'm sorry, it's not a sequel. It is a prequel to the 1998
Oh.
film, but it came out in 2000.
Hold on. Why would they be playing the Sega Genesis?
Fuck off.
Ah, that's lame.
I know that was such a
I
dad
rem-
joke. I should have saved it for Jim.
Yeah, I could have
remember-
made that.
I remember watching Terminator Genesis, and there's a scene where a little kid's opening up a box called Genesis, and I was like, is that gonna be a Sega? No.
Oh,
It wasn't
with the
a Sega.
because it was Terminator Genesis.
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 Come
yeah,
with me
oh,
if you
God.
want to live.
That's the only movie where I went to see it and I intentionally got a big soda so I would have to take a bathroom break during, because I knew I couldn't. I knew I needed a break. I knew I was like, there's no way I can sit through this whole thing. And there's like I timed it correctly, because I was like, wow, that was
Yeah.
awful.
You didn't miss nothing.
4 with James Cameron, so They're never
James
gonna stop.
Cameron approved the Terminator Genesis.
Oh yeah, he endorsed it. He made that
Yeah.
video.
And now
There was
isn't
that
he
video
making
where-
a new Terminator trilogy, or
he's developing it, and he wants Tim Miller, who directed Deadpool, to do the first one of this trilogy, but he hasn't said what the plot is or why it's a trilogy. But
so wait, I don't understand why James Cameron is doing this. Isn't he busy with Avatar?
he's doing Avatar 2, which comes out in 2020, and then it's 2, 3, and 4. He's planning them. He's shooting them all at once. But the Terminator rights revert back to him, I think, at a certain time soon. So he's going to use them to make movies, basically. So,
God.
but he's just going to produce them, but he said for like a year he wants Tim Miller, who did Deadpool, to do it. I don't know why, and there's been no deal signed. It's basically James Cameron saying like, "I'd like this guy to be my friend. Can he be my friend?"
Tim Miller's like, "Fuck off, James."
He's like, "Please stop mentioning my name. Please stop." Please.
James Cameron sold his soul.
What?
Well, he did that fucking video where he was like saying, "Yeah, Terminator Genesis, that's a great movie." Yeah.
He like loved it. And he was like, "I sat down, ready to watch Terminator Genesis, and you know, I have as much right as anybody to hate this movie." And by the way, he talks a lot of shit about the Alien franchise. Like he does. He's always like, I don't like how they handle it. He stopped before Prometheus came out, so he hasn't really sounded off since then. But he hated the Alien versus Predator movies, and he hated Alien 3 and 4, and he was really public about it. But he loved Terminator Genesis. He endorsed it. He said he watched it. He was surprised by it. I was like,
I feel like
James
maybe that was a
Cameron.
ploy. Maybe he was just like trying to like psych people out.
Well, no, he also doesn't. He didn't make anything off that movie. So I think they either. I don't know how much money you could give him because he's rich as fuck. So like, I think he actually is that stupid.
I just want to see Terminator versus Predator versus Terminator.
What?
I just want to see a like Alien versus Predator versus Terminator movie.
Oh man, did that happen in a Dark Horse comic book? And
I think so.
Oh wait, speaking of, did you hear about the most '90s news to come out of Comic-Con?
What's the deal?
Okay, this is when I saw how this was announced, I was like, this is not real. So Todd McFarlane on a video with IMDb that Kevin Smith was hosting announced that they're going to do a Spawn reboot. And while I was watching it, I was like, is this 97? Like, what's going on? Like, Kevin Smith and Todd McFarlane announcing a Spawn movie?
Wait, is Kevin Smith involved with this?
No, he apparently was hosting IMDb doing Comic-Con coverage, which I didn't know IMDb did coverage of things, but I guess they do now.
Yeah.
And it was like really one of the most 90s things I've seen like ever. Because he still wears his backwards baseball hat and hockey thing and shorts and
I gotta go on eBay and look up Spawn on Sega Dreamcast, the game. Hang on.
Well, it's coming back. They're Blumhouse making
How was the original Spawn movie? I don't know anything about it.
It's not great. I like John Leguizamo. John Leguizamo's really goes for it. What he goes
Someone
for...
say my name? It's me, John Leguizamo. Hey, everyone.
I think he's really... I like how hammy and ridiculous he is, but it's not like a good movie. And it looks worse and worse over time.
Hey, everyone. I'm John Leguizamo.
I'm assuming it looked better when it came out.
Yeah, it did. But
I don't
know. It did not age very well.
I mean, the hell scenes are fucking disgraceful.
Yeah, it was not handled very well, but you know, I'm surprised more that Image Comics haven't made movies because
I mean,
they were so
Spawn
because Image Comics suck.
Well, no, Image Comics do suck, but if Valiant Comics is getting a cinematic universe,
really?
I'm surprised. Oh
Valiant?
no, yeah, yes, Bloodshot starring Jared Leto is gonna happen, bro.
Oh my god, that sounds fucking cancerous.
So if Valiant's getting one, there's a studio that's like trying to sign up Gen 13 right now.
Yeah. Well, they all did. Well, Image Comics made a bunch of cartoons, mostly pilots that never went anywhere.
Well, Wildcats had one season
Yay.
where they aired at the exact same time as X-Men, so you know how that went. Anyway, The Star, sorry.
Oh yeah, The Star. So anyway, Sony Pictures is making The Star, a film about not Jesus, but the camels of the Three King, and it features Tyler Perry and Michael Peele and all these guys who want a
It's
paycheck
not
and
Keegan
Oprah
Michael
Winfrey.
Peel, you idiot.
I don't know, something like
Oh,
that. And
wait, what did he say?
Keegan Michael Peel was his name, but it's not. It's Keegan Michael.
Shit.
Oh, Keegan Michael Key.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but anyway, so yeah, Sony Pictures is just like, hey, we're making this shit. And I remember like I was visiting someone and I was talking to someone and they were like, yeah, well, some of my friends are working on this. And I was like, there's no way this is gonna be theatrical, and apparently it is. This looks like some straight to video bullshit.
It probably is, but I mean, I know you just said it's theatrical, but what I mean by that is it probably was straight to video, but Sony is so desperate. We'll put anything in theaters just to make profit, please.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of studios right now that are trying to make Christmas movies, and apparently it's because just having there's certain holiday movies that just keep making money off of still TV
Reruns.
showings. Yeah, reruns, because Christmas movies, like you have that, ABC Family, or now it's Freeform or whatever,
Yeah.
they'll do, I think they still do 31 Days of Christmas, and there's so many cable channels now that if you have a Christmas movie, you can sell it and make money off of it year after year after year, so...
Well,
know.
like, at a certain point, wouldn't there be too many Christmas movies for it to be profitable?
You would think that.
Okay,
but I
listen,
guess...
Hollywood doesn't care about oversaturation. All it cares about is short-term profit.
Look, you got to just make an Easter movie. You know, that's the best way
Oh,
to
Hop?
succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Well,
definitive
actually,
Easter
speaking
movie is
of
already here, Pan.
oversaturation, didn't it come out today that Netflix is $24 billion in debt? So, oh yeah. Did you ever notice that Netflix is spending like a fucking crazy, and it turns out they're like billions of dollars in debt because they want to make tons of original content.
What the fuck? So how
Yeah.
are they going to make that back?
According to this, Polygon posted. No, wait, that's from 2006.
That's your fucking
16.
source.
Yeah, never mind. I was just I googled Netflix and debt. Someone's like, it's almost about to be 3 billion in debt.
Los Angeles Times says Netflix is carrying $20 billion in debt. Can it keep borrowing its way to success?
Because they're just making tons and tons of stuff, and they don't seem to care. So Hollywood does try to oversaturate to the point where they're like, oh, oops, we kind of fucked this up.
I just don't understand how you could get that deep into debt and not go bankrupt immediately. Like, how does that work?
Because they're just bringing in so much, but I think, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a good idea. Stranger Things isn't making that much money. I mean...
Right. Well, I mean, like, just... we tend to associate Netflix as a brand as, like, if they make original content, it's really, really good quality.
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of home runs. But they also have equal amount of duds, but they don't get nearly as popular, or, no one's ever talking about them. I mean, like I said, I worked on that Kulapari show, and I haven't heard anything from anyone about that. But that was a show that was on there. It's still on there, but it wasn't successful. And then on top of that, Netflix also is really weird with their, like, how they pick up stuff. So I think they pick up everything up with, like, 2 seasons in mind. So that's why things that weren't successful get, like, 2 seasons no matter what.
Yeah. No, they'll pick up some things right away. Other things they'll make wait. They haven't picked up Mystery Science Theater yet, which I'm not thrilled about. But, like, they'll really push certain shows that when I watch them, I'm like, so you thought, what was that? The Santa Maria diet or Santa Clara diet about the zombie thing? And, like, they were really pushing that, and I watched one, and I was like, you guys think this is going to be big? Like, I don't...
On one hand, I commend Netflix for trying to, like, stick to their guns and make something, make original content. But on the other hand, there's putting creativity before business, and then there's just being fucking stupid. Because I don't consider myself very business savvy at all. I do spend a lot on stuff, even if I don't really have the money. But usually I'm not, like, so crazy as to, like, put myself that deep into debt. But fuck, man.
So you've never put yourself $20 billion in debt before?
I mean, like, comparatively speaking, obviously.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was just being stupid. Sorry.
I mean, I've been, like, right now is the most I've ever been in debt. I owe, like, $300 to my credit line, but whatever. I'll pay it off
Uh-oh.
eventually. It's not a big deal. But yeah. Essentially, what I'm saying is there's being a creator, and then there's being a fucking idiot. Netflix,
Right.
get with the program.
I'm sure Netflix knows what they're doing. You just
Evidently
wait.
not.
Yeah, what's so funny about Netflix being this far in debt is that like Netflix had the perception of being successful, right? Like I don't think anyone would even consider the idea of them like being failing as a company. But then you have all these other companies that are like jumping in the same like ideal. You know, you have YouTube that's like, okay, we're gonna do YouTube Red, we're gonna do YouTube Originals, which by the way isn't everything on fucking YouTube Original except for the 8 hours of Family Guy reruns live streamed illegally.
Oh, yeah, 24-hour Family Guy stream funniest moments. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but besides that, but I mean, like 90% of YouTube content should be technically YouTube original because it's all made by creators. But now they're doing YouTube Red. You have Hulu Prime doing their own stuff.
But the difference between Hulu or Amazon and YouTube is they have revenues coming from other places.
That's true.
And Netflix doesn't really have that. Netflix is only subscription. I mean, sometimes they'll sell their stuff to airplanes and stuff, but that's about it. So.
Oh, and they also have DVDs that no one buys.
Oh yeah, you mean the DVD mail order or the DVDs?
No. I'm saying is that like every Netflix original series goes on DVD box set after like a year or two of it being online.
I didn't know that. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I hope it works out. I wouldn't like Netflix to fall, but I feel like they won't. So.
I mean, the worst thing that will happen to Netflix is that like if they were going bankrupt, someone would probably swoop in and buy the company just for the fact that it's such a big household name.
Yeah. True.
Speaking of Netflix, have you guys been hearing about some of these like sketchy net neutrality bullshit that's going on right now?
Oh boy.
What's going on?
Yeah, like if you are a Verizon if you have a Verizon provider, they've been apparently like low key slowing down Netflix streams because Verizon has their own streaming service.
They do? Maybe they should like advertise their streaming service first.
So people actually know what it is.
Because I feel like everyone's just like, refresh, what the fuck? And they're like, how come no one's going? I'm like, I didn't even know. Do they have? What's it even called?
I don't know. I mean, this might be like not even completely correct information. I was told by a friend, but it was someone I trust. But yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like there's some like low key sketchy stuff going on right now. But yeah, that's no good.
Yeah.
It is very makes me very nervous.
If Netflix is possibly going under, how's Crackle doing? Are they all right? What's the status on Crackle?
That was a good joke.
I'm not joking, but I want to know, is Crackle going to be all right?
Okay, fine.
I bet that's what they did. Someone at Sony did. They're like freaking out on Monday, like, someone get me the analytics for Crackle. And they're like, we didn't give a shit. We never made analytics.
Crackle's actually Verizon's streaming service.
Shit!
No, it's...
I want to know who owns Crackle now.
Sony Pictures.
Oh, that'd be funny if like no one knows. They're like, who owns it? I thought we owned it. No, I thought you owned it. Who the fuck owns it? Who owns Crackle?
No, and then it cuts to a hobo on the street. I sure do love Crackle.
Oh no, it'd be like that scene in UHF where he's like, you gave me a genuine Indian penny, and he's like, and he buys all the shares in UHF. UHF was a good movie.
Yeah. Just so you know, apparently Crackle's content partners include Fox Digital, Funimation, Toei Animation, the Walt Disney Company, and much, much more.
Oh.
Yeah.
Legendary Pictures, Paramount, 20th Century Fox, Miramax, yeah. Red Bull apparently makes content.
Red Bull.
Red Bull gives you wings. Not the
And funding apparently.
Yeah. But you guys want to get into the questions?
I feel like there's so much stuff you have on the list of things we should talk about. But you
Fine.
guys spent like a fucking hour on Emoji Movie.
Okay,
Let's-
fine.
That's what
Let's.
the people want to hear.
Fine.
I'm
Hey,
sure that's what people.
Does anybody have anything to fucking do today except for Jim?
hey, about Kingdom Hearts on Toy Story. Holla holla.
Oh, we should get to the question, or I don't know.
Yeah, Jim has a daughter.
Okay,
She's probably starving. She probably
Right.
Okay.
doesn't have.
All
baby
right. So
formula
you get.
'cause Jim
You
didn't
get. So let's
get
go
it.
All right,
into.
okay. We could jump into the questions. I just want to like let everyone know the list of subject matters we're skipping because you guys had to talk about Emoji Movie for a fucking full
Shut the
hour.
fuck up.
Yours.
Emoji Movie is more important
Incredibles
than fucking
2, Kingdom Hearts, and Toy
bullshit.
Story.
Shut the
Kermit
fuck
the
up.
Frog, voice actor change, Steven Universe race debacle, to Tick
Let's talk
Amazon
about the Steven
series.
Universe race debacle for a bit. Fuck
Hey
you.
Arnold and Rocket
Rebecca Sugar's a fucking
Darkwing Duck's
hunky-ass
in DuckTales.
racist.
Nobody
guys.
cares about Darkwing Duck anymore except for stupid fanboys from the 1930s.
What?
Fucking
That doesn't even make sense.
Darkwing Duck was film noir bullshit from the 1930s. Everybody fucking knows that.
I mean,
Servo-
film noir is actually from the 40s, so that doesn't even really work.
I call it film noir.
What?
What? I call it film noir.
Oh.
That's the proper pronunciation for me.
Okay, Pan. Okay.
Rebecca Sugar's a goddamn racist. Anyway, next question.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah,
in
so-
the Steven Universe Art and Origins art book, the crew posted a character called Concrete, who shit, I died. Who is basically a black-coated gem who has a wicked shoe collection and she can't read. Frowny face.
They wrote frowny face on there, and also it looks like Mimine Penguin, this Mexican blackface character, and it's like, oh, this wasn't a good idea. But
I mean,
yeah,
they took it out of the book. It's now you can't get the book with it.
so people,
No,
you gotta
it's getting taken out of the second printing, so every book that's being sold like currently, it will be in the book.
no,
buy it,
'cause
buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. You gotta,
I
you
wanted-
guys.
I wanted to look at see the book, and it when I went to look at it, they were like, no, it was recalled. It'll
See,
be
eBay-
they're reprinting it, and so it was like it wasn't there when I looked.
Okay, I'm on eBay, Steven Universe art book. Okay, it's for $24 right now. You can go buy it right now, and hopefully it'll be still the original version with the racist caricature inside.
I have the racist caricature one, as does my friend Spo.
Yeah. So guys, you got to do this now. Like either buy or don't. You know, now's your chance to just buy this and just like record history. You know.
Yeah, I just also want to say that even if it wasn't meant to be a racist caricature, it's still kind of like you're putting this character up, and you're leaving it open to the interpretation of the audience. Like,
Look,
Okay.
I'd say it's more boneheaded. Just like it's kind of like
that's
when
exactly what I'm saying. It's boneheaded because they like put in this character and just expected people, hey, here it is, haha. But then
I think
there's no context. There's no nothing put with it. It's like, well, because like as we were like finding out about this whole thing, we were just kind of like, okay, so you find out that the person who drew this potential blackface thing was also a black artist.
Mhm.
And then it's like, okay, and then you get in that tier like, is it still technically racist if it's the the person of the ethnic person is the one that made it? Is that like him claiming it back? But then you
taking
realize,
back racism.
the stuff that was written about it, about the character. So, because like it was someone drew it, and another person looked at the character and goes, "Okay, I'll add traits to this character." And that second person is technically what I would assume the racist, considering that it's like, oh, that black character can't read. That makes sense.
I think like if you were to add traits, like there needs to be someone boneheaded enough to just like, I think this character likes fruit, but which kind of fruit? I was eating a watermelon earlier. I guess I'll write watermelon. And what other food would they like? Oh, look at my desk. Oh, there's some KFC right there, and they write some stuff, and it's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I'm a dumbass. That's my perception.
But everything was handled the best way the Crewniverse could do. The black artist that drew the character made an apology. And then Rebecca Sugar also made the apology, again saying that they're going to make the second published version of the book without the character. They're gonna
So buy it
roast
now.
concrete. But then finally, they also said they weren't going to reveal who the person that wrote the actual context clues stuff. And then that person outed. Well, it was one of those things where we talked about this in the previous podcast that never went up. And Jim made a joke about them, like, "Oh, I hope they don't try to put the text next to other pieces of text and figure out." Guess what, Jim? They did. They
Damn.
The fan base was going to find out who the racist artist on the show was going to be, and that person outed themselves and apologized. They essentially said, "Hey, I don't associate illiteracy with Black culture. I'm sorry," and so it's like the Crewniverse did the best they could in that situation. All you can do is damage control.
Yeah.
Wait, who was the person?
Yeah, the reveal, Izzy. Who was this person?
Hillary something?
Hillary?
Oh,
Shit.
Oh no, it was her.
Shit.
Wait, who's that?
Clinton.
Hillary Clinton?
Yeah.
Works
I
on
can't
Steven
believe it.
Universe?
Shit, like after losing the election, like this is the only job she could get. Damn.
Someone in the chat said Hillary Duff.
Oh, that's even worse. No.
Well, we don't know. We don't really know that since this character was just like a basic outline. We don't really know what they were exactly going to do with it. So it's like it's hard to say. It's like hard to really go after someone for something that's just an outline. I mean, I'm sure there's certain outlines for Garnet that could be taken out of context in certain ways. Or any character who any sort of character from any gender or race. If you break them down just to certain little things, you go, oh, that's horrible. But then you see how they're actually used. There's a difference there. And since they never didn't, that was just an idea and they never used it, it's just an incomplete idea. I don't necessarily think they were trying to make a racist caricature. They just didn't.
Right.
They didn't really get to show us anything more than that. And what you see, it's not it doesn't look great. I'm not going to say it's not a good look. It doesn't, when I saw it, I was like, it's not, I mean, I don't know about that. But, maybe if it was in the show, it would be our favorite character and we wouldn't feel that way. So,
Well, it's one of those things where it didn't make it in the show for a reason. And if it did, it probably would have been some heartwarming story about Dick's dyslexia.
Dick slut. Dick slut.
I can't see dicks anywhere. They're always backwards.
I'm a real dick slut.
But you know what I mean? It could have been a heartwarming story. Warming. Okay, I'm done talking.
You never know. They could fuck it up and maybe cast Cuba Gooding Jr. to be Concrete, and she has they give her an FM radio, and she's just Never mind. You know what? Never mind.
You're saying this character would be Radio from the movie Radio?
We're off the rails here.
I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway,
No one wanted a reference to the movie Radio tonight.
Hang on, I had something better in my head. It worked out better in my head. Okay.
A lot of things seem to work out better in your head.
Shush. Yeah, but Dick Slut's all right. Dick Slut.
Don't slut shame. Slut appreciate.
Shut up. I hate you.
Yeah. Give me that Dick Slut. Yeah. So, Concrete.
Is that your nickname for Sheepy when you guys are all alone?
What?
Dick
What?
Slut.
Rude.
Oh.
Rude. But anyway, I'm thinking Cartoon Network's been focusing on a bunch of reboots like the Ben 10 and Powerpuff Girls and Teen Titans Go. I wish at Comic-Con, someone at Cartoon Network's panel just said, guys, we brought back so many of your beloved shows and fucked them up, but we're going to bring back a show that there's no way we could possibly fuck up. We're bringing back The Minstrel Show. And they just have a bunch of guys coming out in blackface and just top hats, dude Charleston. It's we're bringing it back. Bringing back racism.
You know the worst thing about being on this podcast is every time someone goes, "Oh man, you're on a podcast? What is it?" And I'm like, "Fuck no, I just have to no. It's okay.
No, I just pitch it as oh no, it's a very respected animation podcast. And instantly I know when I said animation, they're not going to listen to it. So I'm already fine. I'll just go, no, it's like the number most listened to fuck Nicktoons, and that guy. And then I'll just rant about that, and they'll be like, I don't know what this guy's saying. I'm not going to listen to this podcast, but he's on one, apparently, so.
But yeah, I say we got to reboot minstrel shows.
All right. Also, I'm obligated by my publicist to say this. This is part of a Make-A-Wish Foundation. Somebody reached out to me for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and they wanted me to say this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Pan, for losing the podcast episode of Jim's epic return. Postal stamp or whatever the fuck that means. Keep up the great work. Keep up the great work on your videos. Loves ya, Tunface.
Whatevs. Yeah, but bring back racist cartoons. We're bringing it back. It's a new era.
Next question.
Classic, good old blackface, Korean stereotypes.
You should watch that movie, the Spike Lee movie Bamboozled. You ever seen that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got. Yeah, we gotta pitch racist cartoons, but we gotta find someone so dumb that we're like, okay, we can put this on TV. Derp,
Oh, see, they should just pitch that to Nickelodeon then.
Yeah, Nickelodeon don't care. But let's get into questions. You all want to get into questions?
I guess
Okay.
so. What time is it? 6:45? Wow, I thought it would have been like 7:45 at this rate.
Oh, but hey. Whew, okay, so questions. If anybody has a question or comment, be sure to start out with the word question so it's easier to find and post them in the YouTube comments of this video. So our first question is by Rojo Bear 24. Question: what are your thoughts on a Toy Story being featured in Kingdom Hearts 3, and what other Disney movies would you like to see in Kingdom Hearts?
I like how this was easily a subject list, and you convert it into a question.
Shh. Shh.
I want Frozen to be in it just to spite everyone.
You're a dick.
Everybody is so sick of Frozen, but I just want it to be on just to be a dick.
No, even ironically, no. What are we gonna walk around in just some
Also
frozen
High School
wasteland?
Musical.
Boring. Yes.
Oh, High School Musical would be so good.
I want
boy.
Sora to meet like Troy Bolton, and I want them to do like the like Little Mermaid level, except they're having a basketball game against the Heartless. And it's like, gotta beat the Heartless or we'll get less points. Something, I don't know.
The lyrics, okay. But now that Toy Story is gonna be in the video game Kingdom Hearts, it looks spot on to the frickin' movies. Like the coloring looks a little muted in a way.
No, wait. No, jumping back onto Nolan's High School Musical thing. You could have the bitchy rich one. The popular girl that's Ashley Tisdale, I think, right?
Yeah.
And you could have one of the characters be like, "Why are you so heartless?" As there's purple smoke surrounds her, and she starts converting and twisting and contorting, becoming one of the heartless creatures. It'd be so fucking epic.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, Toy Story looks fucking amazing in this game. I mean, it's the coloring's a little muted, I guess, to match up with everything else, but still, it looks almost spot on to the movies.
It looks better than the first Toy Story. We have gotten to the point where video games look better than the first Toy Story.
I know, it's like we're in the fucking future. It's here.
The only thing I can't stand about it is that they made new designs for Sora, Donald, and Goofy so they can make new toys instead of already making them the Figma figures that already exist in the world, which would have been, I think, would have been a much more cooler reference to the merchandise and such. But then they couldn't sell you a second set of toys of the characters.
Shit, you're right. But yeah, but other worlds that I want to see in in Kingdom Hearts, does anyone have any other worlds you want to see?
Black Cauldron World.
Oh yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
A Goofy movie world.
Oh no, which one? A Goofy movie or an extremely Goofy movie?
Come back. You go to the first one, then come back to the second one.
We got to go to extremely Goofy movie. We need to have a skateboarding segment. We got to bring back the 2000s, just like Kingdom Hearts.
I want them to have a Home on the Range world.
No.
Meet the Robinsons, Chicken Little. Oh wait, that already happened.
Did Disney make Dinosaurs, that Muppet show back in the 90s?
No, they made the movie Dinosaur. Oh wait,
No,
did
I
they?
think they had a part of Dinosaur. I think
That was
they
Jim
did.
Henson. So they own Jim Henson. They can have
No,
Muppets.
they own Jim Henson. They don't own Sesame Workshop. They don't own Sesame Street.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like it's the same thing.
I
Like,
don't know.
I don't know
No,
where that line.
they made them separate
Looney Tunes.
companies.
Look, we can have a Labyrinth World because that's Jim Henson's company. Fuck it. Who gives
that'd be
a shit?
awesome.
Put in Marvel
Fuck
and Star
everything.
Wars already. We know we know Nomura
Yeah.
wants to.
Fuck everything. Just shove it all in there. Marvel, put in Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, they already started sticking Marvel in there. Big Hero 6 is in it.
Oh yeah, that's technically Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Stan Lee gonna show up in this game?
he narrates.
He's a summon.
No, he narrates the adventures. Hello there, true believers.
Fuck. That's like.
Wait.
Hmm.
Yes, Dinosaurs, the TV series, is owned by Disney.
Yay.
They were the production company as well as Jim Henson, and it aired on ABC, which is owned by Disney. So, yeah,
It's
that's
all
my answer.
coming together.
Who's the baby? Summon. Come on.
Oh, I'm the baby. Gotta love me.
Yeah.
Fuck the dinosaurs. Yeah, but anything else for Kingdom Hearts?
No.
All right,
It
next
looks
question.
good. It's fun.
Hang on.
Everyone, the story's ridiculous. Oh man, as an instructor, I really like I made a joke once while teaching because someone brought up Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, no one plays Kingdom Hearts for the story, and I found out that a lot of people play Kingdom Hearts for the story, and I feel really bad for them
Aw.
Okay,
because the story's atrocious.
no. To be fair, the story, theoretically, can make sense if you actually try to put effort into understanding.
If you
it.
squint and turn your head sideways, it kind of sort of looks like a picture.
No, yeah, exactly. The problem is that Nomura doesn't know how to tell it. Well, Nomura and his team, I guess, because somebody corrected me on Tumblr. They're like, "Oh, it's not Nomura who writes." He comes up with the idea, so he's basically a writer. So shut up. But they just come up with such stupid shit, and they tell it in such an obtuse way. But it technically all does make sense, and the plot holes that are there are very minute. Very inconsequential, except for maybe one or two. But it's just that the story goes so fucking off the rails. I do play it for the story, but I play it just to see how fucking crazy it gets.
Yeah. No one knows what's going on.
Well, every character's either Sora or Ansem.
Yeah, no, Xehanort.
Xehanort. Oh my fucking god.
Hey, so question from the chat, the live stream chat. Lady Gaga herself writes, question, what classic movie do you hate? I hate The Little Rascals. Do those kids think they're better than me? Fuck them.
You're
Do they
a
mean
piece of
the
shit. The
old-
Little Rascals is great.
Do they mean the '90s movie or the shorts? They don't.
Who knows?
Lady Gaga needs to get her shit together.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably is a classic movie I hate. Trying to
I
think.
remember my cinema appreciation teachers talking about how Citizen Kane is the most boring piece of shit ever.
Yeah, but that's as boring as saying that opinion. Saying
Oh.
when people are like Citizen Kane is dumb, and I'm like, all right. I'm always like, it's such a target. It's kind of like saying the Oscars are dumb. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. I don't know.
The Godfather is the most boring ass fucking movie ever fucking made.
I think Sophie's Choice is overrated.
Your
'Cause it's-
daughter?
No, not my. Although I'm waiting to make that joke, but the if you've ever seen it, it's supposed to be this big movie, and everyone knows about the one scene. Do you know about Sophie's Choice, the movie?
No.
Okay, so basically the conceit of the whole big deal with this scene is it's a big Meryl Streep movie where she's a mother and she's in the Holocaust, and she has two kids, and the Nazis pick one, and she can't pick, and they both get taken away, and it's this heart-wrenching scene, everyone knows, when I was growing up, knew about this scene, and I was always it occurred to me right before I started the movie, I was like, wait, what's the rest of this movie? And the rest of it is her hanging out in a house and all this stuff, and it's just it's really, really overrated. It's just not as good as everyone makes it out to be. I just never liked it as much. It's it's one of those films that's more about the acting then. Although I also don't like Forrest Gump, so I guess that's my big one, right? So
Uh-oh. Mm-hmm.
that's probably
Life is like a box of chocolates.
like that movie's like the fact that like this guy just falls ass backwards into U.S. history is like I don't find it endearing at all. It kind of like just makes I don't know it doesn't make America look that great.
Okay,
It's like
Is that the whole point of Forrest Gump? Is that it's just like American propaganda, or
no, it's just like he goes through like from Elvis to like all this. It's like a big baby boomer history thing, but I just never like I used to like it, and then when I rewatched it, I was just like, this is like I do not get why people love this thing so much. I find it a little, you know, I like Zemeckis, but he just like what he does in Back to the Future is a lot more endearing than what he does in Forrest.
So with Forrest Gump, the only thing I really care about that movie is the fact that the Tumblr account Fuck Yeah 90s, I think, or something along the lines of that, owns like 200 copies of Forrest Gump on VHS.
Oh yeah, that's like a thing now. Like there's someone who owns like a ridiculous amount of VHS copies of Speed, and the person who owns like some ever many copies of Jerry Maguire on VHS opened a store and considers it an art installation statement on the excess of the 90s.
I think it might have been just people owned it, and then once technology is old, they got rid of it, and so now it's all compiled together.
Yeah,
like, I don't think it's necessarily like we made more. I'm assuming we made the same amount of Forrest Gump VHS that we did DVDs.
Yeah.
But apparently the guy like made a like someone's like, how do you own so many copies of these VHSs? And I don't know if it's real or not, but he made like a post where he was just basically describing a time where he had just been heartbroken, like he got out of a really long-term relationship, and the only thing that made him feel okay was like driving around all around town, going to every thrift shop and purchasing every copy of Forrest Gump, Speed, and something else. And then like it was just a thing to do to fill up time. And now that he has a current girlfriend, his current girlfriend's really creeped out about these movies. It's like I don't know, man. I don't know about this. It's not normal to have 200 copies of this. And he's like, what? What are you talking about? These girls have been like sending me anonymous ass saying they want to fuck on these. They want to make a bed of the Forrest Gumps. And it's just like, dude, this is real life. This isn't Tumblr bullshit. It's not like, no one wants to fuck on a couple of copies of
Shit,
Forrest
this sounds
Gump.
like me.
Right?
Good thing I didn't do any of that. Like Sheepy in the chat, like, you're right, I didn't do any of those things, right? Good,
Sheepy in the chat, what does he own an excessive amount of?
Shh. She makes fun of me for having too many Dave Chappelle DVDs.
What?
How many? How many? First of all.
Okay, I got Dave Chappelle seasons 1 and 2 and the third lost season, and somewhere I got like a Block Party, and I think I got something else there.
That's not too bad.
Okay, but to be fair, I'm in Pan's defense. For once in my life, defending Pan, he's not me who owns a ton of Jeff Dunham DVDs.
Whoa!
Why do you got Jeff Dunham DVDs?
Okay.
Why would you
Let me
reveal that?
explain. I grew up in a Republican neighborhood with Republican parents. Jeff Dunham is pretty popular. That's the only defense I have.
I don't know. My dad loves Jeff Dunham.
I feel like this is one of those episodes of Community where they're all like revealing terrible secrets about each other. All right, so me and Jim need to reveal something awful we own.
Well, actually, I have.
Go ahead. No, you start it.
So when I was first going out with my wife, she was going through one of my DVD binders, and she's like flipping through the pages, and she sees Buffy season 1, and she laughs and goes, "Hi, you have Buffy season 1," and I'm like sweating, like, "Oh fuck." And then she flips through it. I had like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and she just laughed at me.
Oh.
But I never.
Isn't Buffy supposed to be good, or?
Yes, I have a harder time watching it now, but I think there's good episodes of it, but it is embarrassing. I do own a few Degrassi DVDs, but that was more. I did that out of because I used to have a drinking game for Degrassi, which is a lot of fun. I'd have people over and we'd get drunk, watch Degrassi. So it was more
I gotta say something about the comments. Someone's quoted, "All Republicans are evil. Izzy is evil, oversensitive people." I'm not the one that said anything about Republicans or Donald Trump. I'm so sick of the comment section
was
thinking Nolan
I
is
Nolan.
said
me.
that, you idiots. God, why is everybody in the comments section like always focused on Izzy? Most of the time, whenever anything bad is said in a podcast, it's usually me. Why don't you guys default to me?
that's
I've
like
said nigger multiple times on this podcast. I haven't
Whoa
been
there,
called out once for it.
cowboy.
Like, god damn, you guys are the pickiest motherfuckers. Cut it out. Jesus Christ.
Oh, one night she got back to me saying, like, she says, bruh, it was like we were going through a box of his old shit, and there was just Dave Chappelle DVDs. He barely owns any DVDs to begin with, so it was weird. Out of any physical media Penn owns, it was Dave Chappelle shit. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, to kind of change the subject after that bombshell just got dropped, did you guys know they announced a live action One Piece series?
Oh god.
For TV.
Yeah, apparently, like no one's picked it up yet, but it's been announced.
They're doing that for also Cowboy Beep Boop.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
by the same
Bob,
people.
One Piece and Sword Art Online are the confirmed
When's-
live action anime adaptations.
when's
for TV.
Death Note happen? When's that happening? When's that coming out? Did that come out yet?
Soon? And how does Netflix even make money if they I mean, I
Yeah.
know the subscriptions, but how do they make money just by like views
Subscriptions.
alone? Really?
That's really how they make money. Yeah.
It's probably subscriptions and then like whatever brand deals they get by placing stuff into their videos.
Yeah,
Just stick around.
I was just gonna say that just seems like there's subscriptions that are cheap, so I'm really surprised.
Well, the problem with media is now companies, and why shows end up getting canceled more now is companies want to completely own their own shows. And it used to be like Friends, for example, was made by Warner Brothers but put on NBC. Like that kind of deal doesn't happen as much now. But when Netflix was starting, like Lionsgate, I think made Orange is the New Black. House of Cards is made by Media Rights Capital or MRC, I believe. And so, like, I bet you Netflix will stop doing deals with outside people, and they'll just want to do shows that they completely own because you make more money off of a show. Like NBC gets very little off of Friends reruns, whereas Warner Brothers makes all that money. So that's why it's like media is changing where companies want to fully own all their shit now.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, look, my dad loves Jeff Dunham and he's Mexican and hates Trump, so he's not completely like super Republican. Anyway, so next question, Bob Tom question: would you fuck a green M&M?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Wait, I thought the girl M&M was the chocolate M&M, the brown M&M.
There's two.
There's-
Oh yeah, there's secret M&M lore. Okay, so get this. No, I'm super stoked about this. Okay, so they recently
Oh my
posted a
God.
picture of the green and brown M&M, which are the both female ones, posing at a beach, and they're holding each other's hands in a very like relationship-y way. And the title is like, it's finally cool to be away from a certain red and yellow so-and-sos. It's just nice to be with my girl type of thing. So it's like, okay, so potentially the hidden lore is that the green and brown one are dating. Well, they have someone stumbled upon these images of like a dating sim styled like page of each one of them. And the brown one likes power, doesn't like being told no, and a bunch of other stuff. And I am 100% sure that the brown and green M&Ms are in an S&M relationship.
Oh yeah.
I did not need to think about that. Thank you, Izzy. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
It was very important to me.
The brown one looks like Bayonetta. She's got those glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God.
And if you needed to ever think of an M&M as in a sexual manner, CR has a great video about the green M&M and why it's
God
sexy.
damn. Of
We need
course.
to have him back.
Yeah, he's great. He's welcome. He's willing to come back. He popped on a live stream and was like kind of just chatting with me through text.
Mm-hmm. But anyone in the chat has any questions? But go ahead and ask them. But hang on. Oh, let me sneeze. Okay.
Please leave those in.
Okay.
Don't edit those out.
Yeah, leave those in.
Yeah. Leave those
What
in.
did I
No,
do?
no. Actually, I want you to go back and edit this and add in those sneezes 20 more times.
I don't know.
Just
So
do
Put
it.
some
favorite-
echoes. Make it go all slow, like, oh, true.
Okay, but
No. My favorite thing is that in the comment section, someone goes, "Will they stop telling Pan to edit stuff? He never does."
they don't know that.
No, they do, because
Yeah.
you don't.
Oh, actually, you don't want to hear something really funny? I was listening to a podcast, and they're in a studio, and like there's some loud noise, and they go, oh, "Okay, we'll just wait for it to stop." And they didn't cut out them just like talking about their regular lives, and it like I honestly felt like creepy, like I somehow like hacked into their server and was like eavesdropping. I was just like looking at it, like, am I supposed to? It's like it was like an Earwolf podcast, like a professional podcast, and they left in like 15 minutes of them going like, "So how are you going? Are you dating this guy?" And she was like, "Yeah, I don't know, it's not going so great. I mean, he's all right." And I was like, "What is going on right now?" So anytime I feel bad about this podcast, I know there's podcasts that have like huge studios that do a way worse job than us. So it makes me feel.
Aw. Ooh, another question. Speaking of Netflix, Foilhead says, question, thoughts on Matt Groening's Disenchanted? This is a new fairy tale adult TV series by the Simpsons creator for Netflix, and it's going to be about a princess being too crude to be a princess or something like that, you know?
What's the emoji movie?
Yes.
I hope Netflix doesn't go into debt about over this. Oh wait.
Yeah.
So the thing I find very fascinating is that like they announced this guy doing a new series, and everyone I know has this kind of like, okay, like but the guy's done nothing but home runs. Like Futurama's great, Simpson was great, but I feel like and keep in mind that I think he has very little enrollment with or involvement with current versions of the Simpsons. So like
he just collects checks or something, right?
right.
Yeah.
So I know that a lot of people are kind of like the Simpsons rot probably kind of tarnished his name a little bit, where they're like, I don't know, you know, but like there's really no reason for us to have any remote like hesitation towards this announcement. But yet I see everyone across the board having it.
Well, I think it's just because it's been a while since Futurama. How involved was he in newer Futurama?
Hmm.
I mean, like, I sort of get it, but I'm also like, well, let's see what happens. But I don't think it, it has been a little bit. And, I understand the hesitation, but I was kind of like, oh, that's cool. I'll see it. I'll watch it when it comes out. I'm just like, it's kind of been, but it was like when Futurama first came on, I was like, I don't know, because it's not like what made The Simpsons great wasn't just Matt Groening. But also what made Futurama great wasn't just Matt Groening. So I'm curious to see, he usually picks pretty good people to work with or gets lucky or whatever. So I imagine he had David X. Cohen with Futurama and a whole bunch of other writers. Simpsons, I could go on all day about all those people. So I imagine he'll get cool people to work on it and stuff. So, I mean, I'm sure it'll be good, but I sort of get why people aren't like, the plot isn't crazy interesting. Futurama seemed cooler initially than this does. So,
and also like a princess parody. It's like, what is this, 2004?
I mean, we just talked about, like, earlier in the podcast, we talked about how long that's been going on. So.
Yeah. Emoji motherfucker.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, when there's a trailer, there's more to talk about. But it's kind of like I kind of get what you're saying though, that like they shouldn't be as down on it. I guess.
But I have hope in it, since like Matt Groening, like he only makes a show like once every 15 years or so. So this one's got to be
I thought
good.
he would have made Life in Hell at some point a cartoon, but
I thought he would die by now. Really.
Shit.
I don't know. He's
I mean,
like
Ken has a
old.
point. Matt Groening is a fucking fossil.
All the Simpsons people are like, I don't know. It's like I imagine at this point they're just like tired of the Simpsons and want to die.
oh, I'm sure the Simpsons are like the Muppets or something at this point. It's like, but they didn't have like anyone come in and reboot them yet. They're just like keep going and going. They've lost like no one gets why they're still funny at this point. Like it's just. I don't know. I haven't watched newer Simpsons in forever, so what do I know?
Yeah, we'll probably have. I like it took them a year to get a Pokemon Go episode, so I'm waiting for the fidget spinners episode. I'm predicting that's going to happen. I'm predicting it's going to happen.
Everyone's predicting it's going to happen because that's what they do. That's like predicting.
Let me have
know.
this. Let me have this.
No. Did you get me anything at San Diego Comic-Con?
Oh, I was trying to get you the album, but I don't know. I'm just like, you know what, Izzy? I'm just gonna fucking buy it for you.
It's
It's
not
like-
available. There's
I'm
a
gonna
78
fucking find the fucking LP and get you it.
What album?
There's a really cool Steven Universe album that just has like 2 songs, "Stronger Than You" and "Made of Love," I think.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
it's the case is garnet, but the 2 sides are the 2 gems that make up garnet, and it's really cool and really clever design, and I wanted it for that reason alone.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna fucking ooh, a fucking
Oh,
shield.
should we before we end the? Should we talk about the Kermit thing? Because everyone in the chat.
Kermit's. I don't care about Muppets. Fuck the
Okay.
Muppets.
It was in your.
Kermit was recast. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Kermit the
Yeah.
Frog is gone, guys.
It was in your
I-
topics.
I saw
Okay.
those last 2 Muppet movies. They were fucking boring as balls. I hated
Hey,
them.
the
I didn't grow
Muppets
up on.
was good.
The first
Muppet-
one
didn't
with
grow up-
Jason Segel was amazing.
Yeah, that
I
one
didn't-
was good. The second one,
I didn't
You
grow
know-
up on Muppets, so I was like, eh.
There's so much cool stuff, shit we could have been talking about besides the Emoji Movie. Like, what about Close Enough?
Up yours.
oh yeah, close enough. That looks awesome. I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah.
What's close enough?
So, okay, that's the J.G. Quintel's new show.
yeah.
The creator of regular show. It's gonna be It's not gonna be a 15-minute. It's gonna be a full 30-minute TV show about J.G. Quintel. His self-insert being a 20-something, early 30-something
Yeah.
family man, barely having a baby and trying to figure out how to take care of kids. You know, basically like Baby Blues or Jim's
Well,
Life. You know.
Yeah. No, actually, what I really like about regular show is even though the character designs wouldn't age, you could tell the relationship of Mordecai and Rigby and how the relationship would change from season 1 to season 7 or whatever. And like what I like about this is it's like J.G. Quintel, that felt autobiographical. This, I don't know if he has kids or anything, but this feels more autobiographical. But my only thing with that show is I hope that their kid ages much like what would happen with regular show, like them just naturally kind of, you could tell they'd been there for a while. So I think if they age the kid each season, then it could be a really cool show. Because he's really good at doing those like close to life. Because I felt very regular shows really relatable, and I was like, oh cool, now that, because regular show ended right before my daughter was born, so it felt very like fitting that ends and now his new show he has a kid. For me, it's like a real connection to him as a creator. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's actually really sweet, Jim.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and like you know, babies wear diapers. J.G. Quintel loves diapers. It's like poetry. It's sort of, they rhyme.
Oh, god damn. Forgot about that.
He does? I didn't know that.
Every show he's
Allegedly.
worked on, every show he's worked on has had a diaper episode. Like with Camp Laszlo, Laszlo wore a diaper. In regular show, Mordecai wore a diaper.
Did they have it in Flapjack? Because he was
I'm-
pretty big
There
Flapjack.
has to have been.
Well, Flapjack was so weird. I'm sure it did. You know, it's just, I'm just gonna say it did, even if it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Odds are.
Possibly. Yeah. But, you know, I'm excited for that new show. It's also a Cartoon Network production because I'm pretty sure they're recycling much of their artists that were on regular show and like, hey, let's just go over here and make this show for TBS, which TBS is making they have 4 new cartoons. Well, they have American Dad.
I think
Because
they want to just develop their own things because they don't
Yeah.
know. Like what I was saying before, they don't own Big Bang Theory, but that's actually how they get a lot of their ratings. So they probably want to develop their own cartoons and own shit. You know.
Like they got some other shows, like the one that's people are looking forward to is called Final Space. It's by some YouTuber, I don't know, but essentially they're saying, I don't know, just look up Final Space. I'm going to talk about it in the next video for Comic-Con, the recap video, because there's some interesting stuff there. But yeah, anything else?
I think that's it.
Yeah, but oh, we were almost recorded 2 hours, so is this the end of the podcast? So
I
if
feel like we
someone
could
has-
probably answer a couple more questions real quick, Pan.
Okay, let's see. People in the chat. Just gotta ask
One more
something.
question. One more
Yeah, one
question,
more.
and then I'm fucking off to go buy chips.
Yeah.
I like that.
Let's
What
see
kind
if
of
anyone-
chips? That's my question.
Either spicy Pringles or Tostitos, so I can finish off the queso that's in my fridge.
Ooh,
Well, that was the
second one.
question. Goodbye,
Telly-
guys.
Oh,
Telly Web-
we got the question. Okay, bye guys. Bye.
Telly Web Cartoon says, "What animated feature did you see and thought it was okay, despite it being critically negative?" My pick is the Top Cat movie. That's what they say.
I don't know. Like critically panned, basically.
I guess like a hated animated movie that you kind of thought was okay or good. I kind of feel like the Control Alt Delete cartoons are okay. Oh, not well. They're pretty fucking awful, but I see potential in them. Like, wow, this could have been done a lot better.
Huh. I can't really think of one off the top of my head. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything either.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
Oh, Cars 2. Cars 2's genius.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I
I'm
don't
glad
know.
we wasted the last question. Good job.
Yeah. Anything else? Are you guys gonna make some racist character says Epic Toaster? Fuck it, I don't care. Hey, goodbye, every pony. I'm Pan Pizza. Who are you people?
Wait, what the fuck was that?
I don't know.
I was Jim. Play us out, Stephanie, Emily, whatever.
Oh boy.
Me and Nolan still have to say our names.
Wait, are you gonna hold on? Are you gonna do a Linkin Park song because that guy died? You should.
No,
guy.
rude.
All right.
What? I wasn't
Rude.
not as a joke, as a.
That's too soon, Jim. That's
Actually, that would be a really good.